All right. Thank you, Music Posse, for jamming it up for us tonight. Welcome, social friends, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, maybe even some TikTok participants in tonight's live stream of Real Living in Bolingbrook. Let me welcome my co-hosts to join me tonight. And because we didn't see each other 4 weeks ago, we both, by the way, I'm whispering it to you, social friends, we both played hooky. We decided last minute, screw doing the live stream tonight. Why? Because, well, we're playing hooky. Reason one. Reason two, hey, guess what? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So for all of you who are tuning into tonight's live stream and or watching this as a recording, well, welcome back. So here we go. Let me welcome my co-host into the conversation, and we've got to give him a rip roaring welcome. We got to get them all ready to roll. So crowds, right? Here we go. Yes, Greg, they're calling your name. Come on out, buddy. Come on out. Yep.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
We both played hooky 4 weeks ago, didn't we?
We did, but it actually came at a great time because there was so much going on that I really needed that little break there.
I hear you. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, as you heard me say, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. Maybe for that reason, our social friends, the people who jump into one of these episodes, if you missed us, good. We're back, though. We are absolutely back today. Welcome to this live stream tonight. This, by the way, is our last live stream. But notice how I'm about to say the next piece. This is our last live stream for the calendar year of 2025. Why? Because, well, jog your memory, next week, holiday week, right? Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, however you celebrate. And then the week right after, Greg, you know this and I know this, another holiday week, right? You know, New Year's Eve, people going out of town, people want to kind of celebrate. So yes, tonight's live stream is our last one for this calendar year. Oh my gosh, the year has flown by. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, it's been crazy. It's been, time just seems like it's going so fast.
Yes.
It seemed like just yesterday I was in the middle of summertime.
Yes, you're right. And then this year, Greg, were you surprised at how early winter smacked us in the face?
Yeah, they said we got something like 17 inches so far this year.
Yes,
it's the
sir.
most since like 1978.
Yes, I know.
A lot of snow. It's all going to melt though today, tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to warm up and it's going to rain. So
I am all for this white stuff melting. I'll tell you why. When we get so many inches of this white stuff and it goes through that freeze thaw cycle, I mean, Greg, you know this. It gets nasty because then people are driving over it. I mean, the white stuff turns to brown stuff, and then the brown stuff, sometimes you're like, well, what is it? And you never know.
Yeah, and all the ice, everything's compacted down, so everything's
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah. So I was telling my wife, that weekend when we got the about 8 inches of snow, that Saturday into Sunday,
Mhm.
I told my wife, I said, "Hey, honey, I got my weekend's worth of physical fitness. Hell, I probably worked out for the entire month or two."
Yeah. I couldn't get my snowblower to work, so I had a shovel.
See,
And I
I did
shoveled
it.
during that storm. I shoveled 4 times.
I did too. You had to keep up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you procrastinate and let it pile up to all 8+ inches, I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's now talk about the stuff that you and I live day in, day out. We love it for the most part.
Yeah.
And there are times where we like it. It's just that it'd be better if things were, smoother, right? Don't you agree?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, yeah. So lead us off, Greg. Tonight's live stream with your update as to
What's
what
going
is the
on in
real estate
Bolingbrook?
market in Bolingbrook.
Yeah, so the market is pretty much staying fairly stable. We are seeing more homes come on the market.
Yep.
Right now, we're in November. We're sitting at a 1.6 months of inventory,
Yeah,
meaning that
that's
it
what I
takes
see.
1.6 months to go through the inventory.
Yeah.
A year ago, we were at 1.2, so it went from 1.2 to 1.6. Houses are staying on the market a little bit longer.
Okay.
And price per square foot is now in Bolingbrook $202,
Okay.
where last year we were at 194. So it went from 194 to 202. So if you had a $300,000 house, you made 24 grand on an equity in that
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
So the prices are still going up. More homes are coming on the market.
Okay.
But to kind of put things in perspective,
Yeah.
I was just reading an NAR article, and they were talking about how in the year of 2024 and 2025, both were extremely sluggish, slow.
Yep.
Was the slowest time since the 1990s, 35 years ago.
Okay.
That's how slow things are kind of moving.
Right.
So we just don't have the inventory. The ability for buyers to buy in today's market for first-time home buyers is very stressed. I was looking up the average age of the first-time home buyer was 38 years old last year.
Yeah.
And now we're at 40 years old.
You're right.
So that's going up as well.
You're right.
So I don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people are optimistic that the rates are going to be coming down. I haven't seen a whole lot of movement on that. So nobody knows. NAR says that we're going to see an increase of 14% year over year in terms of market activity.
Okay.
But it might be stronger on the East Coast and slower over here. I mean, nobody knows where it's going to happen or if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So at least they're optimistic.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to one of our peers who lives in the East Coast, in Pennsylvania to be exact, and her local market, Greg, unlike ours here in Bolingbrook, her local market is absolutely a buyer's market. There's more more homes for sale. So what you quoted earlier as far as the months of supply, like 1.6 months, I think I heard you say.
Mm-hmm.
For them, it's probably 6+ months and pushing higher even.
And that's about where it should be. So I was looking on RPR, which is a program that we have here on the MLS.
Right.
And every town I looked at, in Bolingbrook and around Bolingbrook, it gives you a scale about that long.
Yeah.
And over here is the seller's market, and then you have a neutral market, and then you have the buyer's market.
Right.
That arrow was almost off the chart on a seller's market.
Wow.
So it still has a ways to go in the seller's market before it even gets to neutral.
Yeah.
I mean, we're clearly in a seller's market in all the surrounding communities.
Yeah. Well, isn't it like 6 months or less easily? It tilts toward the seller's market, right?
I think, yes. I think a neutral market would be right around 6-7 months of inventory.
Yeah. Makes sense. I also think in my conversation with our peer on the East Coast, why maybe they are kind of the opposite of us. They are clearly a buyer's market.
Yeah.
It's because out on the East Coast, let's pick on, the Doge effect, right? The layoffs and people leaving the federal government as a large employer. That, in my opinion, that without a doubt probably is making their market much more of a buyer's market, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Whereas for us, our inventory, we don't have that much new construction homes unless you move way far west, way far south. And sometimes,
there's actually, I was kind of surprised with the new construction that I'm seeing. I mean, there's a lot going on in Plainfield and Oswego.
Yeah.
A lot of different subdivisions going up. So
yeah,
they say there's not enough new builds, but there seems to be a lot out here.
Yeah. I was driving up and down Route 59 yesterday, and a whole lot more new construction stuff there. A whole lot more also like commercial retail development.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of night and day. You never know.
Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned something earlier, Greg, about the median age of the first-time home buyer pushing upwards, right? Last year or the year before, it was the median age was 38. Now it's pushing the median age of 40.
Yes,
that's insane.
It's insane. Back in the 80s, it was in the 20s.
Yes, I know. So let me put you on the spot and ask this question. Of that first-time home buyer profile, and once you answer, I'll bring up the visual aid so that our audience can see it also for what it is, okay? So we know the median age push up to age of 40. What percentage? You don't have to pinpoint exact closest wins. What percentage of first-time home buyers had children under the age of 18? Give us a percentage.
50%.
Let me share with you what that is. 32%.
Okay.
Take a look at this. 32%. Let me zoom in for you.
So 32% of the first-time home buyers had children under the age of 18.
Correct. Now,
so then most of them had children that were older than 18.
Or yes, that's true. Yeah. So they're adult children still living with them, or maybe they bounced.
But what's amazing is, first-time home buyers, those are,
go ahead,
the young couple that just got married, that just had a baby, they're buying a house.
Well, true, but then I see it from so many different perspectives. I've seen first-time home buyers that had a baby or two, were renting, and fast forward a few more years, bada bing, bada boom, they're almost age of 40 or right at age of 40. Then they decide, oh, we're tired of renting. I have to buy my first home. Or, Greg, you know this story. The landlord is pushing them out, right? The landlord is calling you, Greg Vanden Brook, and saying, hey, Mr. Vanden Brook, I need to sell my Bolingbrook property. So that becomes their compelling event, right? All right. Let's now, let me play the next game. What do you think is the median age of a seller?
First-time seller or just
Just
All the
sellers.
sellers together.
Sellers altogether.
58.
Let's see if you're correct. Look at that. Median age of a home seller doesn't have to be first time. They're just saying home seller.
Yeah.
That's also pushed up from 58. That number, that 50 median age of 58 was probably a year or two ago or a few years back. Can you believe this?
Wow, now it's 64, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the median age of a home seller is probably at the same time facing the decision of getting Social Security income.
Yeah.
And then take a look at this. I found this part interesting. 50% of a home seller, right, purchased a newer home, like I'm guessing newer construction. You buy that? I know you do some buyer side business as well. Do you agree with that stat?
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that because you have all the first-time home buyers that bought little 3-bed, 1-bath homes,
right?
And now they're selling and they're buying a newer, bigger home.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah, I when I saw this, I kind of said, okay, I think that makes sense. Let's now flip to the repeat buyer. So let me fast forward to this. What do you think of those numbers, man? The median age also pushed up past 60. Get that.
That's crazy.
Now, the one stat that I see here in this visual is for a repeat buyer, 30% did an all cash purchase. I do see that.
Yeah, I see that as well.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people are in their big forever home raising their kids.
Correct.
And then they're selling and they're taking that money and just buying something smaller.
Yep. As a matter of fact, right now, as I'm talking to you, I've got some clients who are doing something just like that. They're not necessarily buying their next property to be much smaller, but what they are buying as far as their next property, guess what was their motivator? It's moving to a different municipality, different location with a lesser, smaller tax bill.
Mm-hmm. Are they still in Illinois?
Yeah, they're still in Illinois. They're stuck in like the two of us. So what they did was they carved out a large part of their equity in their current home, turned that into cash, and exercised a cash purchase on the next target property. That's how they did it. So that stat, 1/3 of repeat buyers are paying cash. In a way, it's kind of true.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I hope to do too. My kids are, going to be probably leaving the home here sometime soon.
Yeah.
And we have a big home, and I want to, downsize.
Yeah.
Give me a ranch.
Yeah. Exactly. Ranch homes are the bomb.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? Yeah. So right now you're quietly, or maybe you're loudly whispering in Gavin's ear, your son. Gavin, you need to bounce. You need to get out of here, huh?
Not at all. I couldn't do that. I do enjoy having my kids here.
Yeah. Gavin's a great guy. Gavin's a great guy. Not to mention, he does some very unique and interesting videos, right? As a new member of your real estate team.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, social friends, if you don't know that Greg leads a real estate team, so it's not just him. He's got his son in the business. You got to follow him. You got to look for him on social media, especially his son Gavin. It's funny, but he's good. I like his videos.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's doing good on his videos. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's what you need. All right. So, Greg, let's wrap up our live stream tonight with you and I share a couple of rounds of what I call common misperceptions that you and I face. Why don't you lead off with, I don't know, a couple of misperceptions from the seller side?
Okay. So if I'm understanding that word correctly, I think I have it in mind. And that is that a lot of times sellers believe that their house is worth a certain dollar amount because of what they just spent on repairs and fixing it up.
So true.
So I get that all the time. And the thing about that is it totally doesn't matter at all. Yeah. So when I price out a home, I do look for, how the home is and stuff like that. I don't care how much you paid for it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What also doesn't matter is what the sellers have in mind as far as what I want to walk from the table with.
That's true. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. You can't sell that to the buyer.
That's
hey,
right.
I want to walk away with this amount. All that does matter is what are the comparables in the area selling for that are similar to your home, because that's the value of your home. Buyers are extremely savvy in today's market, and they do their due diligence, and they know exactly what a house is worth.
Right.
So for people just having a feeling, but I feel like I can get $700,000 for it. If you're looking at the comps in that area for the same square footage, same house, same amenities, same everything, and everything there points at 600.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's be real. Those buyers are savvy because when you're not repping a seller, Greg, you're repping a buyer. I mean, when a buyer leans on you for, so Greg, where should I write an offer? I mean, you provide them that whole experience with all of that data to help them see the reality of what makes happen.
I absolutely do. And I always get the buyers that say, hey, what should we offer on it?
Right.
And a good determination is not looking at what the house is listed for. I have no idea.
Yeah.
We just looked at 15 different homes. If you like this one, let me go back to the office, do my due diligence, look at the comps, figure out all that stuff. And then based on that information, along with some other characteristics, how long has it been on the market, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I give my best advice of if I wanted to get the home, this is what I would do.
Yeah. So a couple of cliches, right? You've heard this before. Maybe I've heard it from you. Jog my own memory. Every home will sell at the right price. That's cliche number one. Mm-hmm. Cliche number two, a home will be sold to a ready, willing, and able buyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if a buyer says, hey, I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm able to pay you X, that's what it's going to trade at. Nothing more, nothing less. Right?
All
right.
Yep.
Let me throw a couple of buyer side misperceptions. All right.
Okay.
And as soon as I drop them, I have a feeling you'll probably kind of mentally nod your head. So here's the first one. A buyer misperception is this. I got great credit. And they don't say anything else. And my response usually is, sir, I'm so glad that you have great credit. Tell me more. And the reason, Greg, you know this, having been in the mortgage business before, great credit keeps you in the conversation with me, but ultimately it's your ability to repay the loan that determines how much home you can buy, how much money you can borrow. So yes, great credit, good for you. You got a lot of doors, you got a lot of choices in front of you, but let's now get to the meat of what can you really do. You agree with that?
Oh, totally.
I know. I get that thrown at me, I don't know, probably like seven times a day out of 10 phone calls. Okay. Yeah. All right. Another buyer misperception. You're going to love this one. This one gets a little deep into the weeds, a little technical. It's the need to escrow money for future payments of things like insurance and property taxes. Escrow. Don't you think that's a common buyer misperception? Because I always get the question, so Bill, why do you need all this money from me? This additional money. And I'm like, well, if you're, let's pick on the first-time home buyers. Well, you're a first-time home buyer. You're coming into this transaction with a very skinny down payment. You have to escrow. And yes, we need to collect so many months of this money for future payments of this stuff, because we don't want you to skip out on that, because that's going to put the mortgage in jeopardy, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. There you go.
The only thing with that, a lot of times that prorated tax credit usually kind of wipes that out.
That's true. But in all fairness, that is a common misperception. I spend enough time answering that question. And guess what? I'm going to lean in and share with you my secret. Rather than always answering that question now through a live phone call, I've got so many visual aids and a email template that I kick out like clockwork. Why? Because for those of you watching us, yes, that's you watching us, I've come to the reality that sometimes people don't always listen as well. They may read better and then flip-flop, right? Sometimes people don't read, they listen. They're more a visual learner or visual oriented. So I try to cover both bases.
Yeah.
All right. So audience members, as Greg and I wrap up, like I said, tonight's last live stream of Real Living in Bolingbrook, you may be wondering, if not about to act on it, which is, OMG, it's still a seller's market? Well, Greg, I need to talk to you because I need your help to plan my next step, selling the big home and going to the ranch home, the bomb. So for those of you who are thinking about this, let me now share with you what you need to do to start a conversation with Greg. Right next to his headshot, scan that QR code. That's how you can start a conversation with Greg. And along the way, if you are buying your next home, that ranch home, just like Greg whispered to us, and maybe you do want to get a small loan on that ranch home, scan the QR code next to me. We will both tag team to help you get to your next chapter and get you to the outcome that you want. So Music Posse, for this last episode, play us out. Social friends, we will see you, Greg and I will see you once we roll into 2026. Here we go.